Hi, I'm Claire.
And I'm Heather.
And we are
Masterpiece Astrology.
We're here with your forecast this week for Sunday, March 18th through Saturday, March 23rd. We're just coming off of a really big new moon in Pisces on March 17th, Saturday. Many of you are probably still feeling it, Heather.
Yes.
I know I am.
Yes.
And you are too.
Yes.
There's still a few days, folks, for you to really maximize the power of this new moon. Chiron is in this new moon. Chiron, a very powerful asteroid. It's the wounded healer. It's our inner woundedness.
Yes.
The new astrological year starts on Tuesday when the sun moves into Aries. That means between now and then you can still purge out some of this Pisces. Get in touch with your Chiron. Get rid of those booty hurt feelings.
Yeah.
Just let them go. New beginning, folks.
New beginning, let it all go.
Yeah. Now, Sunday. Sunday the 18th, the moon is in Aries, and I think it's kind of giving us a pre-shadowing of what we're going to be feeling more of through April, and that's a lot of squares between Aries and Capricorn. What does that mean for you? It's the child and the parent butting heads. It's our will to assert ourselves running into the authority that just says no so fast. And you have a bit of Aries, don't you, Heather? I think you can speak to the impulsive nature of Aries.
It's very impulsive.
And we really want to say hi to all our Aries buddies out there, because sun goes into Aries on Tuesday this week.
Yeah, and you Aries, Capricorn, Libra, Cancer folks are going to be hit hard, more so the Libras and the Aries.
Yeah. It's going to be hard this week, because Capricorn is going to be squaring you. And it's like, Aries usually feels really dynamic, and it's moving forward, it's competitive,
it's accident prone right now, so really pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say with the Capricorn. There's so much pressure for Aries. Aries just wants to really be able to move forward and act, and Capricorn's like saying no. So, Aries folks, this is a good time to really work on structure and self-discipline, and I think we were talking about this idea of just sticking for Aries to really talk about what's working for you. Don't start new things this week.
No, and I would like to say that even though we want to, Aries right now for this year is a little bit of a hot mess.
Yeah, sorry Aries, yeah.
Libras too.
It is, yeah, fair enough, because let's see, when the sun goes into Aries Tuesday, they'll have four planets in Aries, including Uranus. And then there's 3 in Capricorn, so that's 7 in Cardinal signs right there.
Surrounded Aries.
Right, you are. And Cancer is really feeling it too, because you've got Capricorn and Aries kind of ganging up on the other 2 Cardinal signs.
At the end of the week, we'll talk about
we will.
that, because that's going to be, that'll be really interesting.
Yep, I think so. But I think Sunday really does generally feel pretty good, only compared to the new moon and all that crazy Pisces energy we had last week. So Sunday's a nice day. I think so.
I think it's a nice day.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think once we, I think even Monday, it's going to start feeling a little pressured. Overnight, the moon's going to square Pluto. Going into Monday, we still have the moon in Aries until 6 p.m. and we got moon conjunct here. I think Monday's going to be kind of an active day.
Yeah.
I think so. A lot of action.
Active, lots of movement.
Yeah, and I could feel this a little moody when you wake up because of feeling the lingering effect of that Moon-Pluto square. And but it is going to feel a bit more grounding at 6 p.m. when the moon goes into Taurus Pacific Standard Time. We got Moon trine Mars over at 8:36 p.m. and we have Mercury and Venus conjunct at 9 p.m. So I think it's a nice night to be active.
Yeah.
You know, do some active. I think it's also probably a nice night to socialize.
Yeah.
Feel good. But I think this is the thing. Tuesday is a little different because, when I was looking at the aspects, I know Moon in Taurus is going to trine Saturn in the morning, and the sun goes into Aries that day. But this is the thing. With the Taurus Moon and Jupiter and Scorpio and Pluto and Capricorn, I think for folks that might feel a little insecure, it could be just there's so much power in that energy.
Well, it's also not fun. Like if you're used to having just joyful, free spirit fun, it's not. It's a little heavier. It's not, anything horrible, but it's not. It's heavy. So you don't feel like jumping up and down and yahooing.
No, you don't feel like it, but I think Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning, if you're not feeling really kind of confident, you could be at risk of getting sucked into power plays or just kind of being, you just don't want to get sucked to anything negative in any power games.
Yeah, and Wednesday in the evening, late night, moon goes into Gemini.
Yeah, but please remember, sun goes into Aries on Tuesday too.
Right.
We talked about that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So it's kind of fanning flames for the Aries, and just Aries need to know that no matter where you want to assert your Aries-ness, Aries wants to be impulsive, it wants to be the leader, it wants to be in charge, it knows everything.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And it just wants to be its own unique person. Very charming, very happy, sometimes a little bit of a fighter kind of energy, but it's going to be flattened.
Yeah, no, Mars rules Aries, and Aries people tend to really like to charge ahead and get things done. I mean, they're the warriors.
But this is a plotting time.
But this, because of the Capricorn. Capricorn is a sign of motives. It's a sign of logistics, it's a sign of planning. So that Capricorn influence is on Aries this season. So Aries folks, get into motives. Start having some motives and some plans. And
you know, it's kind of like the Aries likes to just get from point A to point B in 2.5 seconds. And now you have a maze to go through. And so instead of thinking of it as a roadblock, you kind of have to think of it as a strategy, and you can have fun with that too. Aries loves a challenge. That is the one thing Aries really loves. So if you view this as a challenge rather than something negative
or something stopping you,
you got to figure out how to get through these mazes, get through this obstacle to get to your point B.
I love that. It's a really helpful technique, I think, for Aries to think about, because it helps Aries stay in motion.
Yeah,
you know?
Aries is always in motion.
Right, and Aries likes a challenge too.
Yes.
So use that, and also get into some self-discipline, Aries, because Aries is also a little bit like Henry Higgins and Pygmalion. I mean, there's a lot of self-improvement. Aries is always trying to be better, because Aries is competitive.
They're very competitive.
Right.
Yes.
So keep that in mind, and we're also bringing that up because we have Moon in Gemini on Wednesday.
And it's fanning the flames, yes.
And then on Thursday the Moon's in Gemini, and that's a bit of a problem because Gemini is the ruler of Mercury, and what planet goes retrograde on Thursday but Mercury in Aries. And
it's a cluster.
Thursday's going to be completely confusing, and if you want to communicate effectively with anybody this week, don't do it on Thursday.
No, you're not. You're just no.
In fact,
it's not a good time to have a good sit-down talk with anybody. Having a serious talk, because it's just not going to go well.
No, there's too many pieces flying around, and
nobody knows what's going on after this new moon and everything. Nobody knows right now. You don't know.
And also, Aries and all the fire signs in general are very impatient with details. They're passionate, intuitive signs. They intuit things because they're going with this. They see the big pattern, the big picture. They have no patience for little tiny pieces.
Right,
so Thursday with Mercury going retrograde,
not a good day.
Not a good day for effective communication. And then Moon squaring Moon squaring Neptune at night.
Confusion.
That just adds on to confusion.
Anxiety.
So anxiety. Yeah.
The thing that would work for Aries is taking some kind of action, and I feel like I always bring up exercise, but that is a really good way to do it, or to write in your journal. Or something.
I think just really trying to check your impulses.
Clean your house.
Cleaning is always good.
Gardening.
Well, especially with retrograde, it's always a good time to throw stuff out and get rid of things. So if you have one of those projects, like a filing cabinet, a shed, something like that.
Get rid of stuff.
You channel the energy that way.
And we see that for every Mercury retrograde. It's a great time to clean out the closet.
It is. It's also a great time, though, for Aries to try and be a thinking and plotting person for a change, because that will help you out a lot this season.
Right.
So we hate to tell you, but it's a bit of a downhill after Mercury. So we're sorry. Friday and Saturday just stink.
Friday is going to be like, thank God it's Friday, but you're not. It's we just want to remind people, Gemini likes to talk. Aries has no filter. So we like to talk about oversharing, or maybe saying things you shouldn't, or if you want to do a Friday happy hour with the coworkers, maybe not a good night for that.
I would opt out of that one, because you will you'll put your foot in your mouth.
What you want to do is call that friend that you've known for your whole life, who knows you well and isn't going to care what you tell them.
Yeah, that's a good option. Yeah, a trusted friend, or else, keep it.
You're not going to want to stay home. You're going to be bored out of your mind. You're going to want to let off some steam.
Yeah, just do it in a trusted environment.
Yeah, go out dancing. Just don't talk.
Yeah, dancing is actually probably a really good idea.
Yeah.
Saturday is kind of a hot mess day because the moon goes into Cancer, and Cancer.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think, Saturday morning, it could be a bit of a barroom brawl kind of day,
This is kind of what we would call what do we call this? This is a grand square.
It's a cardinal square, right? Because we got planets and all the cardinal signs.
Literally, this is the kind of day that if mom is at home and she is sick and tired of the kids nagging and of her husband, she's going to explode on everyone. And everybody's going to run for the hills. This is that kind of a day where people just lose it. So
keep that in mind. It's temperamental.
Keep that in mind. It's very temperamental. Cancer is a water sign. We have all the elements. Fire, Cancer is combustible energy together by itself when you give...
Yeah, Cancer wants to be in its shell. Cancer just does not want to, wants to just kind of retreat, and Aries is poking it. And
Poking constantly.
Aries is a poker.
And if it knows that it's annoying you, they like it that much more. They enjoy the crap out of that.
They get the rocks off. So they're poking, and then Capricorn is, just spanking everybody with that authority, saying, you can't do anything you think you want to do.
Yeah.
There is nothing in Aries, so it's a T-square.
Capricorn decided to go to work that day and work on Saturday because he didn't want to be home with the wife and the kids because they're all driving him nuts too.
That's a good way of looking at it. It's a good metaphor. But it's really just going to be, I think, so, that's kind of how it looks. Next week there's many more opportunities for effective communication, so don't worry. But this week's just kind of...
It's going to be cray-cray on Saturday.
Cray-cray is a good way. And, I think pay attention to how you're feeling and what you're seeing, because this energy is going to build through April until we get into Taurus season. A lot of frustrated energy because these cardinal signs want to act, and they can't act because they're squaring each other.
They're all, and cardinal signs are all about action in some way, whether it's, and they're about relationships, and they're about themselves. Aries energy is me, 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 me. Capricorn is also, I would say, a little bit me, me, me.
Oh, it very much is. It's me, 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 and my motives.
Motives and my
which you never know.
Right, you never know.
You never know. You never know them all once.
It's not malicious energy, but it's not. It is kind of a time of not wanting to reflect when we really probably should.
Yeah, because we really want to act. And the energy now is saying, with the 3 planets in Capricorn, Mars, Saturn, and Pluto, that energy is saying action is not happening right now. Now is the time to plan. And it's the time to make sure you have integrity in your action. Because Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, is about integrity.
And you will learn a lot through this process, whether you are the impulsive person acting out in some way, or if you're the person that is restructuring. This is a big learn.
Yeah.
This is all about lessons. Capricorn is all about lessons, and it's teaching Aries to stop.
It's teaching Aries the long game.
It's
the long game, folks. So that's something for us all to think about this week. Pay attention also to, as we're struggling with this energy, we're going to see it in the news cycle too. There's going to be a lot of frustrated action politically in the news. So I think we can expect us to see I think it's even just going to get worse through April.
And I really don't think things are going to be resolved. Don't try to resolve them again. This is
not the week to try and wrap anything up.
No, or the time. During the whole month of April, I wouldn't say as any kind of a wrapping up.
No, Mercury's retrograding in Aries for 3 weeks. It's got a square Saturn, I think a total of 3 more times. We got a square to Saturn and Venus are going to square. Mars and Capricorn is going to square the Aries. All through the Aries season.
Basically, right now, I think until Uranus goes into Taurus, which happens in May, things are just kind of building up to something. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows exactly what it is. But we'll just have to see as we all evolve to that point what is going on.
But it will be the unexpected with Uranus.
It will be the unexpected. And so it's all just this buildup of tension.
And it is, because Uranus is also ending up its 7-year tour of Aries up until now through May 16th. And that's very intense. It's clearing out the last 28, 29 degrees of Aries. So you can expect Aries this season also to be just dealing with that. There's a strong desire to break free with Uranus, and Capricorn is just saying, not so fast, buddy.
In the suspense movie or in the movies, this is the rising action. This is when you're walking through the dark hall with a ladder and there's spooky music and you don't know what is going to happen next.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that.
And you're a little afraid. It's okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah, let's get some trusted buddies and plan for next week.
Have
Feeling
some
a little
wine.
better. Yeah. All right.
That's my answer to everything.
Well, I think we've hit all our points. With Mercury retrograde, quickly, contracts,
No.
don't sign contracts, don't start anything new, revise, edit, refresh.
It's okay if you're trying to do something new that you've already done before, but you are revisiting
That's
it.
different.
That's different, but something brand new.
A new launch? No, don't do that this week.
I am going to do a TED Talk in front of 10,000 people, and I've never done this before.
And often what I buy during Mercury retrograde, I often don't like and I return it. So, just think about your purchases too. If you can wait a few weeks, big ones, even small ones. I send more stuff back. All right, folks. Well, good luck this week. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Pray.
That's what I feel I need to do too. But it's just going to feel a little uncomfortable. We'll all be all right, and we'll come back with more laughs next week.
Be careful driving.
Yeah, be careful. All right, thanks a lot, folks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.